Right, that little part. I'm going to talk about Pokemon Go. I know it sounds weird and off the subject, but there's a lot of people out there, okay, that are just become robots with this stuff. People gotten hurt and all that. That's not what I want to talk about. The foolishness of it. I mean, people want to have their dreams come true. There's these old people, and 20 years later, they're playing Pokemon in the real world, okay, that grew up watching it. Now they're adults and they want to play it. It's their dream come true. Well, the software that they use for Pokemon Go is CIA controlled. It was another game before that didn't catch on as good as Pokemon Go, so that's why they dropped it. And you had to go around and collect energy, and natural energy in the air to open portals. And you could pick a side, a good side or a bad side or whatnot. And you open portals and unlock portals. But you had to collect this energy that was in certain locations. And then you can open portals to control parts of the world. Well, these go along ley lines and energy lines. And I think, okay, everyone, you can have your own opinion. I'm going to put mine there. I think that the CIA Illuminati branch that knows about invisible spirit type shit has everybody out there doing the work of going along the ley lines, gathering and going into this spiritual energy, okay, that's real energy. And they're collecting Pokemons, okay? They think they're collecting Pokemons. They're connecting with spirits, and they are opening portals in real life. Invisible, okay? They've given them a way to detect, like, spirit hotspots, demon hotspots. A lot of these hotspots, believe it or not, are around churches. Wonder why. And then people are going to say, yeah, it's because the devil's always trying to attack the church. No, it's because the devil's in the church. Anyhow, what you do, be like you. It's just amazing. They've got these crowds of people playing this game, invisible game. Maybe they don't realize. Now, I could be completely wrong that they're not going to these hot spots, ley lines and hot spots of areas where they're helping unlock stuff, and they're getting these spirits on them. They're collecting Pokemon. They're collecting Pokemon, but they're collecting Demonmon. Okay, Demon. I don't know what to tell you, but if you look into the research behind the original software or hardware, whatever you want to call it, for this, before it was Pokemon Go, because Pokemon Go is borrowing CIA project technology. It was developed technology by the CIA. The game before it was even creepier. It was like Illuminati factions, and you picked a side and you walked around collecting this energy, and you had to go to certain locations and then open portals. That was a little too close to the truth for them, I think, and it wasn't catching on fast enough. But you go tell people it's Pokemon, and the next thing you know, Pokemon has got more users than Twitter, which has more than Facebook. So it's bigger than both of those. They can get people, like, say, it's also for advertisement, okay? You pitch Nintendo and the company money, and then your pizza place is it doesn't have much business, or whatever your restaurant or business is. You advertise to Nintendo. Next thing you know, there's a big rare Pokemon that you can only get if you go in this pizza place or whatever. Next thing you know, you got people walking around and doing business. The thing is they're not. Here's the catch, though. It's a good way to get people out, walking around, seeing places they haven't seen before, like in San Francisco and different sites and everything. But when you go to these memorial sites and stuff, guess what? They're not there for the sightseeing. They're there for the Pokemon. So it defeats the purpose. Because guess what? You'd see all these people at these sites that they're hoping people will learn something from, something like that, and guess what everyone's doing? They're still not in the real world. They're not even looking around. They're doing this. They're all down doing this. Like this. They're all doing like that. Okay? They're all just like this. And it's crowds of them. And they're all in a location where they're hoping, or it's the premise that they're hoping that people will get out more and help the economy and everything. But they're not even looking at the real, they're not enjoying the locations that they're going to. They just want to get the Pokemon. Okay? So they're not really they're not enjoying the places and sites they're going to, which is kind of the point. They're just, you see them in mass crowds at a beautiful park or memorial place, you know, and they're all looking down, and nobody is looking at each other. Nobody's looking at the monuments. Nobody's looking at the scenery. It's all about what's on that screen. So you look into, you know, and everyone likes to say, oh, he's crazy. Clark is mentally ill or something. There's all these excuses, you know. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just interpreting it wrong. But I really do think that if you look at the software before it was Pokemon Go, you will find information there. It is a CIA software, okay? It's a CIA project. It's a CIA and NSA, okay? Which, with that, you get comes along DHS as well. So be aware. I mean, I know it's fun, and, you know, people are going to say, he's nuts. How, you know, this is harmless. How can this be, you know, other than the fools that just walk into traffic and get ran over because they're trying to look for Pokemon. What are they going to do and start putting the Pokemon on top of Mount Everest and all these weird places, you know, and other parts of the world? And people are dying to get the Pokemon. People have already died playing this. Okay, so that's another downside. You know, people are losing their minds over it. You know, they'll you know, walk off a cliff, looking down at the screen. Walk off a cliff. The Pokemon's just over the ridge. They're looking at the screen. They fall down, and they're dead. You know, I'm not against video games, but I'm trying to tell you to beware. This is a CIA MK Ultra project, okay? This is mind control. This is all about mind control. And it's basically taking your virtual reality and making you go walk around in your virtual reality with your virtual reality. Because it's a virtual reality you live in. You live in a virtual reality already. You don't need a helmet. You don't need video games to be in a virtual reality. But to assuming that it's just innocent, I don't know. Not when the CIA's behind it, okay? Not when the CIA is behind this is it ever innocent, and the NSA. It's all mind control, and not only that, they're in on the know, and they've been studying about spiritual, invisible, astral projection, what do they call that? Remote viewing, all those kind of things. They have like a Men in Black division. They're in the know on a lot of this stuff. So if they're in the know, I really do believe that they are sending people around. You know, call me nuts, but I think they're sending. It's a dual nature. It's to control people, watch where they're going, keep track of where they're going, and to sidetrack them from reality. Okay. But it's also, they're going to these locations and attaching themselves to these spiritual entities that are there. They think it's just a Pokemon hotspot. It's a demon hotspot. It's a spirit hotspot. And they go collect enough of these hotspots, it connects the ley lines. And then next thing you know, all these people are helping to open portals that brings in new demons, new Pokemon, if you will. Okay, so if you don't, and if you look at the software that they used before in the video game that wasn't as popular that they were throwing around, it's much scarier. It's much more real to what's reality. And the woman got on there and she said, this energy that's all around us is real energy. It is real energy, and potentially the energy that creates evolution, that makes evolution possible. So feel free, she said, to go and try and experiment with it. But she said it was real energy. So it's like she admitted that the game was real. They're using these screens to find them because it's a spirit, invisible spirit, see? So they're using these little screens. It's almost like Ghostbusters, kind of like. These things are, detect where spirit hotspots are, okay? And in that the game before Pokemon, it was about opening portals to control the world. I don't think that was going to catch on. Pokemon's innocent. Pokemon seems fun. Pokemon seems like, very many more people are fans of Pokemon, young and old, because it's been going for a while. And like I said, these older people, they want to live out their dream. They watched Pokemon as a kid and they could only dream of this game. And now that it's here, it ain't going to stop them from living out their Pokemon dream. Japanese Pokemon, it's a word they made. It means pocket monster. So go ahead and collect your pocket monsters, put in your pocket. You can get all these demons on you and demon warps around you, around your house. There's even reports that there's a police department that came in someone's house, okay? I don't know if they had a search warrant or not. Maybe they can write them up however they want. I don't know. But they go in to this person's house, this woman's house. They're looking all through her stuff and everything. And then they see one of the cops is looking down at the screen. It's a Pokemon Go freaking game and system. And he said, oh, it's not in this house, it's the house next door. So they all left the house, tore up, and went to the house next door looking for Pokemon. The police are really doing this. I don't doubt it, I don't doubt it. But I'm not verifying that as a fact, okay? It's what I heard. But I wouldn't doubt it. So when society's gotten this way, it's sad in a way, because you have to make people play video games to get them to go outside. And this is supposed to help the economy. This is also to track people. It's just another way to track people. And, what are they going to do one day? Once, say, they got a rare Pokemon in downtown New York, and all these people on this Pokemon Go down to, like, Madison Square Garden or something like that, say, right? And they go in there. And it's a setup to get these people, and say someone that hacks into the Nintendo Pokemon Go, and then they get everyone gathered to a spot and blow their asses up or something. I mean, there's so many possibilities for negative of this game. Yes, I know people are going to defend it and say it's just a simple game, but that's what they say about every single kind of thing. They want to silence you, or they want to make seem good, and there's no negativeness to it. That's the first thing they say. Oh, it's just an innocent game. It's just an innocent game. That's not true. That's not true. Even if there was no spiritual aspect to it. It seems so ridiculous that we are such a society that's just stuck on this kind of baloney. We're walking around looking for invisible shit that's not there. On our earth, we could be walking on our earth looking for real animals, taking photos of fucking, excuse my language, of wilderness. You want to catch them all? Go bird sightseeing, Take pictures and photos of birds, animals in the wilderness that are hard to find. Instead of shooting at them, take a photo, Instead of hunting them, you got a photo. Just as good as a wall mount, except for the thing still lives. So, I mean, it's a real world out there. And it's pretty sad they got to use video games to get people into the walking around the real world. Whatever the complete motive of this, I'm not too sure yet. But I'm going to keep my eye on this. This Pokemon Go, the reason why it's been around for a minute and I haven't commented on it is because I haven't even cared to look and see what the hell it's about. I kind of figured it out by the times we're living in and the way people are walking around, catching them. Obviously, I figured out, you know, the object of the game and how it worked, but I didn't look into it till this morning, and I said, what? This is nuts. And so I wanted to comment. I try to stay away from those kind of topics because it's kind of like, okay, everybody's gonna be reporting and talking about this on YouTube. You know, hot topics on YouTube. I try to avoid it because you're gonna have a million other people saying it, and you know, why repeat somebody else's stuff? But once in a while, I think you know, I can't help it. I have to talk about the popular issues. I don't like popular issues unless it's about race. But that's for another day. So Pokemon, I'm pretty sure it's not in all countries yet. It's in the United States. It's in other countries, which I would assume Japan, because you know Japan is Nintendo. Japan is Pokemon. They made all this stuff. It's big time. I'm sure it's big time in Japan. It probably released in Japan first. Who knows? But you know, they say it's in other countries. I don't doubt it's Japan. For 1 second, you know, they got the Japanese hooked into that. This has a globalist agenda because it's just a few countries right now, so they're trying to make it like it's just a game in America and a couple other places. They don't want to globalize it yet, but once it's globalized, you know how many people they can keep track of around the world with this? It's dangerous. It has potential dangerous. Okay, so warning to Pokemon Go players. Investigate and study into the origins of this technology, okay? And the game previously before that. This is basically the same game that they were playing before. It's just a different looking format on the screen. It's the same game. So look into the technology, how it came about. Anyone that plays this game, I know it might be addictive. I know you probably just ignore this because you're too addicted to even care. Okay, and that's how bad this is. I wanted to comment on that because I like video games. I play video games. You know, once in a while I play video games, but it has to be a real good game, certain type of game before I play it. I don't just play all games, but some games, yes. I mean, there's certain games out there that I'll buy a whole system if I have to, just to play one game. So I used to be a big-time gamer, and I cut it back to certain games. I like role-playing, action role-playing games, okay, open world. So, you know, I know about video games. I like video games and stuff like that. But I'm not going to be going walking around catch 'em all Pokemon, you know. And then it makes you think they had the Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue, the red pill and the blue pill. Just different things. A lot of you guys, you know, say what you want. Oh, I'm mentally ill and whatever. Mentally ill people don't. Maybe I am mentally ill, but does that make me evil? Does it make me crazy? Does it make me wrong? Does it make me invalid? So that's what I wanted to argue on another one. As people that's mental illnesses or disabled, does that make their argument any less valid than other people? Just because, see, people like to throw them out of the ring and say, "And you're not even valid on anything because you have a disability." That happens to people all the time. Anyway, so catch 'em all, catch all your little Pokédemons. All right, it's Love Clark, and beware. I warned you. This is all part of also the merging machine. It's getting you used to having it 24/7 being monitored and not caring. It's part of this transhumanism. It's a slow form of transhumanism. Okay. Even your cell phones all the time on YouTube and everything, Facebook, all that, that's transhumanism. That's cyborgism. Anytime you've attached any mechanical part to replace another part or to enhance your body with mechanical machinery, you're considered a cyborg. So even, you know, transhumanism is real. People laughed at it about 6, 7, 8 years ago when people would talk about it, and it's real. You know, it's coming. This is just another way to get people monitoring them. Whatever the real goals is them to walk around, do the things, whether it's the ley line, spirit, energy or not. This is a shout out, beware warning that the software, hardware you're using to play these games is a CIA. It's a CIA project. You don't want to believe it? Go look. It's not hard to find the information. There's other people. I would give credit to the person that broke this to me, but if you just look on what I've watched, you'll see it. You should see it, because I didn't look at anything else about Pokemon. So then maybe I'll make a video and go back and tell. But the guy did a pretty good job. I think might have been Pockets of the Universe. I don't know. Anyway, it's at Love Clark. I'm not trying to take all the credit for this. Other people have done this kind of information, so I don't know how many other people know about this. I just wanted to share it and put my own opinion into it. And yeah, see that quiet sound? That quiet sound is no kids. No kids in the house at school. All the kids are in school now. It's quiet. Alright, well, I'm going to let you guys go. It's at Love Clark. I'm going to find a chore I can do without hurting my knee too much. I got a busted up knee. It needs a plastic and a metal piece, and I'm not sure if I want to get that operation or not. But I can't really walk. Okay, hardly, barely. And it's painful. It pops in and out of place. It's no joke. So, if anyone knows about having metal or plastic in your body, especially metal, I'm not worried so much about the silicone plastic or whatever, but the metal. If you have pain or you get hot, when it gets hot, some people complain about metal in their body, that it aches, or cold, that it aches. Someone that has metal in their body, let me know, please, so I could kind of like get an idea if I should go through with the surgery. I just went on a whole nother subject. From Pokemon to metal implants. Anyway, I'm going to be covering merging man and machine because I'm into transhumanism. I don't want to be one. I want to show people what it's like, what it's about, and that it's real. It's coming your way. People still don't understand what it is, but part of this is Pokemon. This Pokemon Go. I mean, these people are ridiculous with it. And you know, trends, they're always ridiculous with trends, but you know, it's mobs. You know, some people have already been killed by it, just walking into traffic and stuff. It just goes to show society has gotten to the point where they are so bored, or they're so out of tune with what's real, that they have to play video games outdoors to experience the outdoors. It's incredible. When there's so much beautiful nature God created for us to explore, we don't need a screen to just get on there and look for places and go there. Enjoy the places. You don't need a Pokemon game to go out and explore. You know, like I said, if you want to catch them all, catch the real animals on camera. You know, go out and hiking and exploring in different areas and locations. And if it's not animals, you know, rare buildings and memorials, whatever it is, you know, just go hunt that kind of stuff. Go be in reality. Put the Pokemon Go down and just go. Not Pokemon Go, just go. Alright? Because it's so beautiful. God's had such great creations for us to look at and appreciate, and you want to go catch man's creations that are invisible. It's kind of like the gods that the pagan gods that they made up, Roman and Greek gods that were just made up. Invisible. They're not real. It's a strange phenomenon, and it's all part of the digital age and the coming of transhumanism and getting used to being monitored and tagged 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, wherever you go, and being okay with it because it's a game, and it turns from a game into mandatory, and not the game mandatory, but just the monitoring. This is a CIA operation, so don't forget. Whether you, regardless of you believe in the spiritual aspect of it or not, okay, you better believe the CIA has mind control on their mind, on their agenda with these games, and monitoring and tracking you to catch you all. All right. So it's out. Love, Clark. Love you guys. Love. Peace out, you guys. And don't just put the Pokemon Go down and actually just go do something without that thing. Enjoy the nature. Enjoy God's creations. Not some Japanese anime character that you might be possibly actually absorbing a real spiritual entity and empowering it to open up portals, okay, for the CIA to control the world. It's amazing. And I understand that the fandom of it and the whole humanistic side of it, but these people has nothing better to do in their life. God's world is full of wonders and creations, and you're going to walk around this world glued to a screen looking for something that someone else created, made up, when there's real things. So get real, It's sad that the world's like this. It's very sad that the world has to be this way. And exercising is 85%. 85% of people need to exercise more. And they're on their butts at least the average is 3 hours a day on video games. So when we need to exercise more, we got to get out there. So watch that video if you can find it. Maybe I'll try to link. I don't know how to link videos all the way yet. I like I've said, I'm not a computer guy. That's one of my problems. I'm going to go through the Academy Studio thing, YouTube, so I can figure out all the ins and outs. But so if you want to find the video, maybe I could try to I'll re-upload it, or I'll send it to something. I think I sent it to transhumanism, robot life, that kind of thing. Anyway, you'll find it up there. It's pretty good. That's what got me, motivated to make my own video, to put my own take on it, because the guy did not mention directly that, basically they could be collecting demons, or empowering demons, and each person that goes to that location thinks that they're collecting that demon is empowering that demon. Okay, so it's a global effort. There ain't no reason why the CIA just has you out walking around to these different various locations for no reason. For no reason. There is an agenda behind it. You think you're playing a game catching Pokemon? You're playing a CIA game, and you're actually becoming their robots. Okay, you've got them. They've got you under remote control by telling you what these next locations are. They know you're going to go there. And if you don't, someone else will. They know this. So think about that. Think about what you're doing for the CIA, which is very unclear, but it's definitely something. Because they don't give out and make technology for nothing unless there's a big payback. And then they don't hand it out to the mass public unless there's a big payoff for mind control, monitoring, all that stuff. So it's just another way to distract you and to keep you in a reality and side of unreality. Alright? Love you guys. It's that Love Clark. Peace, man. Watch out. Watch out for those Pokemon.